Hello, welcome once again to this online platform. In today's lesson, we'll be talking about the inverse function. I would like you to take a couple of minutes to just read through these key things about inverse function. Specifically, note that the notation for inverse function is f to the power -1 and it's not the same as reciprocal of f. And the function has inverse function when it's 1 to 1, which means that each x input must correspond exactly to one y output. There shouldn't be no repeated y values. So now let's look at how do we get an inverse function. So this is a function of x equals to 4x minus 5. We need to write the inverse of this function. These are the steps that I want you to follow. First, we're going to replace the function of x with letter y. Then we're going to switch the x and y around and then make y the subject and then replace y with f to the power -1 of x, which is the inverse function of x. So let's say first we've switched the f of x, replace it with y. We're going to now switch the position of x and y, bring y to where x is and bring x to where y is. So that's how we have now. Now from here, make y the subject. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. And when that happens, you have only x plus 5 equals 4y, because this will cancel out. Now we don't want 4, so we need to divide both sides by 4. And when we cancel out the 4 on the right hand side, you have y equals to x plus 5 over 4. Then the last step tells us that we need to replace the y with the inverse function of x, and therefore we can say the inverse function is equals to x plus 5 over 4. So this is a typical example of creating a simple inverse function. Let's look at another example.